Day program. We are here to honor those men and women who have died for our country, those who have survived, and those presently served in our military. Sit back and join us as we take a step back into time.
In modern times, the U.S. military plays or sounds reveille in the morning, generally near sunrise, though its exact time varies from base to base. On U.S. Army posts, the national flag is raised while the reveille is played. On board U.S. Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard facilities, the flag is generally raised at 0800 hours, while the national anthem or the bugle call to the colors is played. On some military bases, reveille is accompanied by a cannon shot. As reveille is played or sounded, all uniformed personnel are required to come to attention and present a salute, either to the flag or in the direction of the music if the flag is not visible. Personnel armed with rifles at the time reveille is sounded are required to give a rifle salute. Would everyone please stand for the reveille played by Hannah Wright, a senior from Henry County High School.
Of the United States is an oath of loyalty to the federal flag and the Republic of the United States of America, originally composed by Francis Bellamy in 1892 and formally adopted by Congress as a pledge in 1942. The pledge has been modified 4 times since its composition, with the most recent change adding the words "under God" in 1954. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The American Revolution inspired both British and American citizens and soldiers to write songs about their differences. The words of the songs were printed in newspapers, periodicals, and broadsheets sold on the streets of Boston, Philadelphia, and other major American cities. Many songs expressed stirring pride and anger. They told of rising political tensions, the Boston Massacre, the Tea Parties, the weakness of the enemy, and the strength of our patriotism. One of those songs truly stirred the hearts of the soldiers. Yankee Doodle is a well-known British-American song, and the origin dates back to the 7 Years' War.
A real life nephew of mine.
on board a British warship and was waiting for the outcome of an attack on Fort McHenry in Baltimore. When the smoke finally cleared, Key saw that the flag was still flying above the fort. This sight inspired him to write the poem that would later become the words for the Star-Spangled Banner. Would everyone please rise for the singing of our national anthem?
During the Civil War, when Union Army Captain Robert Ellacombe was with his men near Harrison's Landing, Virginia, the Confederate Army was on the other side of the narrow strip of land. During the night, Captain Ellacombe heard the moans of a soldier who was severely wounded on the field, not knowing if it was a Union or a Confederate soldier. The captain decided to risk his life and bring the stricken man back for medical attention. Crawling on his stomach through the gunfire, the captain reached the stricken man and began pulling him toward the cabin. When the captain finally reached his own lines, he discovered it was actually a Confederate soldier, but the soldier was dead. The captain lit a lantern and suddenly caught his breath and went numb with shock. In the dim light, he saw the face of this soldier. It was his own son. The boy had been studying music in the South when the war broke out. Without telling his father, the boy enlisted in the Confederate Army. The following morning, heartbroken, the father asked permission to give his son a full military burial. Despite the enemy status, his request was partially granted. The captain had asked if he could have a group of Army band members play a funeral song for his son at the funeral. The request was denied since the soldier was a Confederate. But out of respect for his father, they did say they could give him one musician. The captain chose a bugler. He asked the bugler to play a series of notes he found on a piece of paper in the pocket of the dead son's uniform. This wish was granted. The haunting melody, which we know as taps, used at military funerals, was born. Hannah Bright will now play taps. After Catherine Lee Bates took a trip to Pikes Peak in Colorado, she wrote this song that truly brings Americans together.
Cohan once told a story of an encounter he had with a Civil War veteran who fought at Gettysburg. The two men found themselves next to each other, and Cohan noticed the vet held a carefully folded but ragged old flag. A man reportedly then turned to Cohan and said, "She's a grand old rag." Cohan thought it was a great line and wrote the lyrics to a song that was later performed on stage. He originally named his tune, "You're a Grand Old Rag." There were so many complaints about it that he changed the words, and now his song, "You're a Grand Old Flag," has become a great patriotic song showing respect for our flag.
You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever
veterans, we will watch a video highlighting each of the branches of the military. When the branch of armed services in which you have served is announced, please stand so we can recognize you. special day. Please remember that it takes all of us to fight to keep our freedoms here in America. We want to continually show our appreciation to all of our veterans and thank them for being here when we needed you. Your dedication has been such an inspiration to the youth of today, and we are proud to have you as role models. We are all proud to be Americans and proud and honored that all of our veterans are here with us today. Thank you.
Third grade. Give it up. Hey, let's make sure we give on the count of three a big thank you to our veterans that are here. 1, 2, 3.